Hey guys, so thanks for tuning in. Today's video is going to be about quite a controversial topic. Can you build muscle and burn fat at the same time? What do you think? You can. It's very true. You can. You can. Doesn't necessarily mean it's easy. Now, when you first started training, you would find that you pretty much could do exactly this. You could build muscle and burn fat at the same time because it was a shock to your system. Now, the way I like to describe this is it's like you have a very big target. Okay, when you first go to the gym and you're trying to burn fat and build muscle at the same time, the room for error is very big. All right, you've got a lot of leniency, so that means you can go to the gym, you can train pretty much any damn way, eat any damn way, and you'll see some results. But providing you're consistent. But after a while, say I don't know, a month, couple of months, the window gets a bit smaller. All right, now you can't just eat any certain way or train any certain way. You've got to be a little bit more specific. Another couple of months or so goes by, again, window gets smaller. Now you've got to start being even more specific with your diet and your training. Smaller again. Now you've got to start understanding your hormonal function and getting your sleep right. Smaller again, and then eventually you see a lot of people plateau. Let's be realistic, they do plateau. And they plateau for that very reason. It's because that window of opportunity or margin of error, whatever you want to call it, that target has become very small and it's very, very hard to hit now. Very, very hard to hit. You have to do things a very, very specific way, and it's hard to track, because as you age and as your body ages, your organs age, your hormones change, everything changes. It's a nightmare to keep up with. It's not an easy thing to do. Now, in terms of building body fat, building muscle and burning body fat at the same time, what you have to understand is that just because you can do both at the same time does not mean that it's optimal for both of them, because I can tell you this now, it's not. It's not. So what I mean by that is, if you are building them both at the same time, it's a trade-off. It's like the attributes on a video game character. So let's say I go to the gym now, right, and I go on a 2-month spell of focusing on building muscle and burning fat. You might look at me in 2 months and realize, yeah, I've made some progress. But if I went to the gym and I just burnt body fat, all right, within a couple of months' time, you'd see way more of a fat loss progression on me than you would if I was building muscle at the same time. However, muscle mass-wise, I probably wouldn't be looking too great. I'm not saying I necessarily look bad, but I wouldn't be at my optimum for building muscle because that wasn't my main goal. My goal was to burn body fat for that period. It's the same in reverse for building muscle, guys. If I go to the gym and I'm purely focused on building muscle, and I'm not too worried about cutting down body fat, I can eat more. I can eat a hell of a lot more. I can do a lot more hypertrophy. Spend less time worrying about the lactate interval sessions and the cardio and all of the clean eating and all of these diets, because I'm focusing purely on that. Now, the problem is that a lot of people aren't true to themselves and they go about things the wrong way. They try and go down this middle ground, thinking that it will necessarily work for them. And that middle ground is hard to run down. It becomes very, very hard to burn body fat and build muscle simultaneously once you've got to quite an advanced stage of training. It's very, very hard. It's obviously not impossible. So I'm not saying that you should necessarily bulk and cut, but you should have a long look at yourself, because let's face it, it's all for aesthetics, and think about what you need to do for that period of time, or what you prefer for that period of time. And you need to swing your training towards one or the other. Not necessarily go on a bulking phase or a cutting phase, but you do need to start tailoring it. So if you're feeling like you're looking very skinny, your body fat's low, but your muscle mass isn't great, then you need to swing a bit more to building muscle. And it's the complete opposite if it was the other way around. If you're looking big but you're looking puffy and you feel that you need to lean out a bit, then yeah, you need to slowly go a bit more towards fat loss. The problem is that people get to this level of training and they think that they have to go to an extreme to get it to work because that window is now so small. It's now very, very hard to hit. But once again, guys, if you go about your training the right way, you will see results. Don't be afraid to experiment. Watch my other video where I speak about fair testing. You'll see it on my YouTube account or further down on my Facebook, whichever you're watching on. But long story short, is it possible to build muscle and body fat at the same time? Yes, of course it is. But that does not necessarily mean that it's optimal to do that. I'd like to thank you guys again for tuning in, and I shall see you next time.